So the topic is, what can time buy? Poem. Ask yourself a question. What is the most valuable thing in life? It's a vague question, really broad. It may even seem rhetorical to some. The answer isn't money. Money is something we created. Maybe love, being dated. That always gets people excited. So I thought about it, and I eventually came to a conclusion. Not offering a definite answer. You can argue it if you choose to. Just my answer, an idea, a thought that came to my mind. The most valuable thing which we never notice is what we measure our lives with: time. If you think about it, it kind of starts to make sense. Without time, you wouldn't have money, no family, memories, or kids. Everything you value could be measured with seconds, minutes, months, or years. How long have you loved each other? Oh, we've been together since 1963. Now, a simple law of economics is that with greater supply, there is a lower price. And this is why we don't regard time as something precious and nice. We are young, time is plenty. We are reckless until it's too late. Once we are old, time starts to matter, but by then we have sealed our fate. There's one quote about money that all of us heard. It goes something like, time is money, so treat it like gold. However, we say this as we say other phrases without any thought. So I'd like to stop and think, what are things in life that can or cannot be bought? Each day we have an allowance of 86,400 seconds. In time, we are equal. Every individual decides how they spend it. As with money, we have short and long-term investments. Either experience short-lived things or you choose to invest it. A short-term investment is something that doesn't really matter. After all, you don't put much time into it, so don't expect anything better. With money, a short-term investment is food, it's entertainment, it could be clothes. It's basically money you spend and you don't remember where it goes. With time, a short-term investment is something you could do in an hour, a single day. It's the time we spend on our phones, social media, or playing games. These are short-term investments because we get satisfaction at the moment. It's that quick little fix you seek of temporary amusement. The truth is, these moments are short-lived, and honestly, they don't matter much. Short-term is essential. It buys us clothes, it buys us lunch, but we can't spend all our time on meaningless stocks or playing games. Just like we can't spend all our money on food, our body won't look the same. It's universally known, starting a business is difficult. The first rule is take a risk and hope for a miracle. Results aren't immediate. It can take a while to gain profit. But that's the thing with long-term investments. It takes years before you see progress. A long-term investment is something that takes a lot of time. Like starting a business, at first, everything won't be fine. You'll have your share of mistakes, something might even catch on fire, but anything worth your while may sometimes take you through trial. Take an instrument, for example. It takes a while to like it. Piano, out of the many years I've played it for 7, I've despised it. I sat with a cranky old lady 3 times a week. Instead of being a kid, I had to hear critique that I have no physique or technique. In the end, however, long-term is so much more worth it. The time we spend learning skills, acquiring talents, even working, our resumes are full. You'll have more material for dates and late-night tea talks. Some girls might even find singing more attractive than reciting the starting lineup of the Seahawks. So anything you thought looked interesting or even remotely fun, maybe drawing or construction, pick it up, try it on. There's cooking, baking, singing, playing, fishing, farming, sewing. Learn a language, play an instrument, do something other than eating and sleeping. Family and friends are two we often forget. We avoid siblings and parents, and friends we sometimes neglect. Not all friends last. Pick those who through the storm will be there for you. Give more time to your parents who love and support you no matter what you do. Finally, I'd like to mention where our time should be prioritized. Without giving time to God, we fall victim to spiritual demise. After all, it's only fair that we give back a fraction of what we got. God gave us time, so we give Him back what He gave us. Speaking of investments, God is the greatest investment of all. I mean, what kind of bank can offer the exchange rate that He offers us? In exchange for some of our time, He gives us salvation, an eternity in heaven as opposed to eternal damnation. There is also this promotion that applies to every ethnicity and race. This offer never expires. It goes by the name grace. This offer went into effect sometime around 2,000 years ago. It sounded something like this: Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. We have a choice. Do we take this offer up or leave it behind? Do we give up grace and salvation because we didn't invest in our time? Don't be foolish. The choice is easy to make. Just make sure when he comes by you, you are prepared with your lamp. So this poem was long, maybe interesting. It had a few lines. Now it poses the question, was it a waste of our time? We hear so many sermons, yet we apply, if any, very few. We come to church, sit and listen, but there's nothing else we really do. Don't forget why we are here on this earth. Give more time to the Almighty, the one who gave mankind its birth. Time is an asset. It's a resource we can't afford to waste. Use it to prepare and to serve, to tell the world about God's grace. Amen.